wrong with these? Nom, nom, nom. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Ash. Yes, I know it's been a little while since the last video where I've actually sat down and talked with you guys. I know. That's why I'm here. I wanted to give you guys a bit of a life update. Things that have been happening, things that are gonna happen. I don't know. I'm just gonna talk. We'll see where this goes. So let's get into it. My life for the past year-ish, I'll say. So I'm with work. I'll start off with work. So that has kind of preoccupied quite a lot of my time, because for about 6 or 7-ish months I was put onto night shift. So I'm a logistics worker. I was put onto night shift. I'd start anywhere from, when I first got switched, it was like 9:30 p.m. to 3 a.m. Then on weekends it was 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. And then they kept changing it and changing it and changing it until they decided it was going to be a 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. shift. And that's what I've been doing kind of for the past... Sorry if you hear my cat in the background, but anyways, that's what I've been doing for the past like 6 or so months. And pretty much I was working kind of alone, or at least with a very small team. I would basically, it was not a good time at all. It impacted quite heavily on, of course, my social life, my family life, my relationship, my mental health, because, you're working alone. You come home and you're alone. You go to sleep, you wake up and you're alone. And I was working a lot. I signed something I didn't understand, which basically meant that the enterprise agreement didn't exist for me. So I was working 4 days off a month. So I had 4 days off a month. I was working every weekend, all holidays, things like that. And when you are like severely depressed and you're working all the time and you are working in an environment that is quite toxic, it's not fun. That's over, which is great. Ooh, yes. It's both been a challenge. I've learned a lot of things. Like, work-life balance is important. Very important. Even, like, just having a balance at work of being around people is definitely something that I prefer. Yeah, so I'm back to a normal life, slowly getting better. It's been kind of difficult because my workplace has done a complete restructure. Thus, now I'm like earning maybe a quarter of what I used to, even before night shift, because I used to do a 3 a.m. to maybe 10 or 12-ish. Now I do 6 a.m. to 10 a.m s. Skips all the penalty rates so that it's cheaper. You kind of get the point. Yes, barely making it. I'm glad to be on mornings. I will never do night shift again. I spoke with my manager, like, this is never happening again. I'm not doing it. Never again. But yes, anyways, moving forward. So besides that taking up a lot of my time, a lot of my energy and my strength, I have had no motivation because of that. It literally was ruining my life. I have been focusing on my application with the police force as a protective security officer, which has been going on for like years. I've been trying to do this, and for the past year or so it's been going through the motions. So I have done the first half of the recruitment testing, and that has been the academic testing, which tests your reading comprehension, written expression, spelling and maths. I suck at spelling, which is why I'm not going for a police officer, because I can't spell. And it's taken me a lot of tries and a lot of, studying, I guess. Like, I've been doing like lots of spelling tests and writing essays and doing everything that I possibly can to get better. I just can't seem to get it. But I did get the scores for a protective security officer, so I said, why not try and pursue it anyways, because it's still going to be a fulfilling career that then after a while I can actually transfer to the police. Maybe it's kind of a bit of a, like, you can put your name down and you just got to wait for it, but a protective security officer is still something that I would definitely be interested in doing. So I've done the academic stuff. I did the computer test where you've got to, like, format a document, just kind of shows them that you actually know how to use a computer and stuff like that, and, like, format a Word document. And a typing test to see how quickly you can type and, you know, how, like, correct you can get it to a certain standard. I also have done my personality and IQ profiling testing, which is like a series of, like, little puzzles or, like, questions and stuff like that, which was very interesting. They have kind of questions like, do you think Asians are taking over Australia? Questions like that, basically to grasp how your mind works-ish. And I have also done my panel interview, which is probably the most, like, no, I don't want to say hardest, but it's definitely, like, a massive step. It's to have done that and to have gotten through it and stuff, but just to do it anyways was just amazing. Like, I'm not super up myself and cocky in this way, but I could not have asked for it to go any better. It was probably the best thing ever and the best feeling ever. So at the moment my application is with the medical and psych team, and I'm currently being assessed on whether or not I need to have a sit down psych evaluation with their psychologist, which has been interesting because they've never had a trans person come through, so they kind of don't, they've openly said, like, we do not really know what to do. So yeah, and when I first handed my application in a little while ago, I was actually rejected because of my surgery. I needed to be 12 months post-op, which is fine, and because I needed to get a psych evaluation because I'm trans. Yes. So it's definitely been an experience, and I'm excited to, once I get through, be able to chat and help out and educate and things like that on that subject. But yeah, so it's been like a couple months since my interview, and it will probably be many more months until I know whether or not I've gotten through, but I will keep you updated on that because it's a very exciting time. So yeah, moving forward from that, it's literally just been me waiting and trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing with my life, because that's been the hardest part. Moving back to morning shifts has been fantastic, but it's barely scraping through, with, like, paying the bills and just trying to live. So I'm like, I need another job, either a second job or one to take over my current job, because I'm not, like, getting enough hours at the moment, because previously I was working like 70 hours a fortnight, and then when they did the restructure, they forced everyone down to their minimum hour contract, which is 30 a fortnight, because I was meant to get a bigger one, but there was some complications, like I said, toxic environment, yeah. So the problem with that, though, is I can't really do anything because of the protective security stuff, because I don't want to kind of be at a job for, I don't know, a few months and then have to leave again and go and do something else. Like, yeah. But then I've also got my backup of uni. I start next semester, so it's like, the best way I can describe my life right now is just like there's no word for it. It's like don't really know. Yeah, and there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff, that's been, like, trans related, and I haven't had anything to talk about. Sure, my two years on T is coming up, but there's so many other videos, and yeah, I just don't have really anything to talk about. And the biggest thing that I'm kind of, not necessarily discovering, but just, yeah, sure, being trans is a part of my life, but it's not my whole entire identity. There's more to me than being trans, which is why I like doing other videos and stuff like that. And yeah, that's why I haven't really been uploading, because what do I talk about when I don't have anything to talk about? And I don't want it to be forced. Like, I don't want anything that I put on this channel to feel forced, which I feel like the last couple of videos have been. So I've been doing some things on the side to try and figure out what I enjoy doing, and at the moment that's been like photography and stuff like that. No, I wouldn't call myself a photographer, I just like taking photos. So that's been my life. It's been a struggle, that's for sure, the past 12 months. With my grandma passed away last year, which was a very sudden and surprising thing, which has been very, very difficult. And then the whole night shift thing, like, I can't really put it into words how much that was the worst thing I've ever done. And then, you know, very recently my mum got diagnosed with breast cancer as well. Shouldn't say as well, but yeah, it's definitely been a struggle, but I'm dealing with it as best I can. But yeah, hopefully soon I'll be putting out some more content, which I'm sorry, it's probably not going to be trans related. So that has been my life. It's been working, adulting, trying to deal with everything. But yes, I hope you enjoy this little update video. I'm sorry it's kind of like not that great, but hopefully I will be getting back to you with more content soon. And yeah, I've got some new gear, which is really cool. A new microphone, a new computer. I've got a green screen, which is actually like a piece of cloth that I got from Spotlight for $3. And it works all the same. So yeah, you know, I have been doing some things on the side, but I've kind of just kept them to myself. Maybe I'll share them with you, I don't know. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys are all well, and yeah, catch you later.